The neural interface hummed against Maya's temple as she stood on the observation deck of the Sovereign's Pride, watching Earth grow larger in the viewport. Her crystalline skin, a trademark of the Velcari Empire, shimmered with anxious bioluminescence, casting pale blue light across the polished floor. "Ambassador Maya, the human delegation has arrived," her aide announced. She turned, expecting diplomats in formal attire. Instead, a single man entered, wearing simple gray clothing. He was unremarkable by galactic standards. No exoskeleton, no enhanced musculature, no visible cybernetics, just soft skin, vulnerable organs, and a calm expression. "Adam Torres," he introduced himself. "I'm here to discuss the marriage proposal." Maya's primary heart skipped. After 3 cycles of devastating war, the Velcari High Command had authorized the unthinkable, a political marriage to end hostilities. With humanity, she had volunteered, believing humans to be a primitive species that had gotten lucky with a few tactical victories. "You understand the terms?" she asked, her translator converting her harmonic speech into standard. "This union will bind our species in perpetual non-aggression." "I understand," Adam replied. "And I accept." His casualness unsettled her. The Velcari had thrown their finest weapons at Earth: gravitic disruptors, quantum-tunneling torpedoes, planet-cracking dreadnoughts. Yet humanity had repelled them at every turn using nothing but kinetic weapons and stubborn determination. Military analysts called it impossible. Maya called it blind luck. She would soon learn otherwise. The wedding ceremony took place on neutral ground, an orbital station between their territories. It was brief and legally binding across 17 legal frameworks. Maya wore ceremonial armor. Adam wore the same gray clothing. Their honeymoon was scheduled on Earth, much to Maya's dismay. As their shuttle descended through the atmosphere, she studied planetary data on her wrist display. Earth was a death world. High gravity, violent weather, aggressive microbiology. Yet humans had evolved here, in conditions that would kill most sapient species within days. "Why did your people agree to this marriage?" Maya asked as they entered Earth's gravity well. "Your species was winning the war." Adam looked at her with brown eyes that held depths she couldn't quite fathom. "Winning and surviving aren't the same thing," he said. "We've learned that the hard way." Their shuttle landed in what Adam called Colorado, a mountainous region with thin atmosphere that made Maya's respiratory system work overtime. He led her to a simple dwelling built into the mountainside. "This is my home," he said. "It's not much, but it's honest work." Over the following days, Maya began her anthropological study of her new husband. She expected him to be a specially trained soldier or enhanced operative. Instead, she discovered he was a structural engineer. "You design bridges?" she asked one evening, incredulous. "Your species sent a bridge builder to marry an Imperial ambassador." Adam smiled. "Every human is a soldier when necessary. That's what you're missing about us." He took her to his workshop, a cluttered space filled with holographic blueprints and stress analysis simulations. As he explained his work, Maya began to understand something that military intelligence had overlooked. Humans didn't just build structures. They built them to withstand the worst possible scenarios: earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, the slow erosion of time. Every calculation included failure modes. Every design assumed catastrophe. You plan for disaster, she observed. We expect it, Adam corrected. Earth taught us that survival requires preparation, redundancy, and adaptation. Our entire civilization is built on the assumption that things will go wrong. That night, Maya accessed classified military records. She reviewed battle reports with new understanding. Every engagement followed the same pattern. Velcari forces would deploy overwhelming firepower, expecting quick victory. Human forces would absorb the punishment, adapt, and counterattack with terrifying efficiency. The humans didn't fight to win quickly. They fought to outlast their enemies. Weeks passed. Maya accompanied Adam to a reunion with his military unit. Men and women who had fought in the war against her people. She tensed, expecting hostility. Instead, they welcomed her with cautious courtesy. "You were at the Battle of Kepler Station?" she asked a woman named Chen, who had lost an arm in combat. "Yeah," Chen replied, her prosthetic hand moving with fluid precision. "Your people threw everything at us. Thought we were done for. Yet you prevailed." How Chen exchanged glances with her comrades. "We couldn't afford to lose." Simple as that. When retreat isn't an option, you find ways to win. Maya's understanding deepened. The Velcari Empire conquered through superior technology and tactical brilliance. But humanity had spent its entire existence fighting against extinction, predators, disease, environmental collapse, and eventually each other. For them, war wasn't an exception. It was the baseline. One evening, as they sat watching an Earth sunset, Maya finally asked the question that had haunted her. Why doesn't anyone fight humans anymore? After the war, 17 empires withdrew their territorial claims near your space. Why? Adam was quiet for a long moment. Because we don't fight wars to gain territory or resources, he said. We fight because we're afraid of extinction. And species that fight out of fear don't stop until the threat is gone completely. He turned to her, and she saw something in his eyes that chilled her crystalline blood. We've driven species to extinction, Maya. Not because we're cruel, but because we're thorough. When we go to war, we don't seek surrender. We seek permanent solutions. Other empires learned that lesson before your people did. Maya understood. Then the marriage wasn't just a peace treaty. It was a mercy. You could have destroyed us, she whispered. Yes, Adam admitted. But we'd rather build bridges than graves. That's why I do what I do. To remember what we should be building toward. As stars emerged in Earth's darkening sky, Maya held her human husband's hand and transmitted her report to the Velcari High Command. Recommend permanent cessation of hostilities. Humans are not our equals in warfare. They are our superiors in survival. We are fortunate they chose peace. The war was over. And Maya had learned why empires feared humanity. Not because humans were the strongest, but because they refused to stay defeated.